Yo, it's Yerk, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really cool alien abduction event just like the ones from Battle Royale and Fortnite Creative. I recently saw a video by Mustard Plays where he made a really cool alien abduction event in Creative, but I wanted to make one that was more like the ones from Battle Royale where players would get sucked up, they'd be vulnerable for a few seconds, and then they would get launched across the map. So that's exactly what we're going to do in this video, and let's jump right into it. First, we need to build our alien UFO, and to build it, I used this silo prop piece and a couple of rings from the ring gallery and the spherical objective device. Once we're happy with the look of our UFO, we can get started with the mechanics. To start, we want to place down an air vent gallery, and we're going to delete everything except for the air vent. Open up the air vent settings, and we want to set visible in game to no. Then we're going to set enabled during phase to none, and we want to set the knockup force to very high. Lastly, we're going to set activate when receiving from channel 1 and then click OK. Then click OK, and we want to resize the air vent and place it down on the ground right below the center of our alien UFO. Now we need to grab out a trigger, and we're going to resize it so it's a bit bigger, and we're going to place it down right in the middle of our air vent. Open up the settings, and we want to set a delay of 5 seconds, and then we're going to set visible during games to no. Scroll down, and we're going to set when triggered transmit on channel 1 and click OK. Then we're going to copy this trigger, and you can resize it back to the normal size and place it down somewhere else and open up the settings. We're going to change the trigger when receiving from to channel 1 and when triggered transmit on channel 2. And lastly, we're going to go ahead and change the delay down to 2 seconds. Now we're going to grab out a barrier device. Place it down right below our alien spaceship in the middle of the air and open up the settings. We're going to set the barrier style to invisible. Then we're going to set enabled during phase to none. We want players to be able to shoot players while they're getting abducted, so we're going to set block weapon fire to no. Then we want to make the zone shape hollow, and we're going to set width, depth, and height to 2. Lastly, we're going to set enable when receiving from channel 2 and disable when receiving from channel 3. Next, we need to copy our channel 2 trigger, and we're going to place it down right next to it and open up the settings. We're going to set trigger when receiving from channel 2 and when triggered transmit on channel 3. Then we're also going to set the delay back up to 5 seconds. Now we're going to make the mechanic that actually throws the player across the map, and to do that we need to grab out a teleporter. Place it down on top of our alien UFO and open up the settings. We're going to set the teleporter group and the target group to none, and then we want to set visible in game to no. Lastly, we're going to set teleport to when receiving from channel 3 and click OK. Next up, we need to grab out a pinball bumper. We're going to put it right below our teleporter, and we want to rotate it so it's angled upwards like you can see me doing in the video. Then open up the settings, and we're going to set knockback to very high, and we're going to turn fall damage off. Then we want to set side bounce lift to medium and click OK. Now we need to grab out a beacon, so search for the beacon gallery, and you can pick whatever color you want, but I'm going to use green, and we want to rotate it 180 degrees so it's pointing straight down. Then we're going to resize it using the all axis, and we're going to make it as big as possible, and we're going to place it down right at the top of our alien UFO, right in the middle, and open up the settings. We're going to set enable during phase to none, and we want to set enable when receiving from channel 4. Then we're going to set disable when receiving from channel 3 and click OK. If you want the beam to be bigger, you can set 4 of these in a little square shape right on top, or you can just use one, it's up to you. Now for the last device, we want to grab out a Mutator Zone. We're going to place it down right below our air vent and open up the settings. We're going to set allow weapon fire to yes, and when player enters zone, transmit on channel 4 and click OK. Now if we start the game to test it out, you can see that when we enter the Mutator Zone, the alien spaceship beam comes down onto us, and then after a few seconds we get launched up into the air. We get trapped inside the barrier, and we're stuck here for a few seconds, but then we get teleported up to the top of the spaceship where we hit the bumper, and it launches us all the way across the map, just like the alien abductions in Battle Royale. If this video helped you out, do me a favor, drop a like, hit subscribe, do whatever you want to do and all that good stuff. If you want to support me, you can use code YerkYT in the item shop, and it really helps me out a lot. But be sure to check out some of my other videos that are on screen now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay up.